Get rid of all that. Black Lives Matter got my brother acting a damn fool. What? What?
Placing on the track, boy.
System stole.
Release this beat today.
Placing on the track, boy.
Release this beat today.
Shalom. Children of the true and living power. Shalom, Yasharala. Shalom. Most high fearing people. Shalom kings. Shalom queens. Shalom princes. Shalom princesses.
Release this beat today.
Shalom. It's a hot one. Wife out here willing and ready to die. Out here for this
Placing on the track, boy.
for this heat. But it's gonna get way hotter than this. Very soon. Very soon. Today, we are going to be in
Release this beat today.
Seal portion, chapter 33. Seal portion, chapter 33. I'm illustrate how the Most High got me feeling.
Placing
gonna bring him in. Gotta give him praises.
Blazing on the track, boy.
It used to be a time when I didn't understand, but I'm thankful for his plan. Now I overstand. Contemplate them times when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. See, I get my light on here, right? Somebody on the YouTube live. Please make yourself known. Because YouTube and Facebook like to play games with me. All because I'm reading out of a
Blazing
book.
on the track, boy.
All because I'm reading out of a book. Book must got some truth to it. It used to be a time when I couldn't understand, but I'm thankful for his plan. Now I overstand. Contemplate them times when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. Shalom.
Blazing on
Shalom.
the track, boy.
Sub portion 33, Wiseman. I made a vow to him. I got prison no matter what. I gotta prove myself worthy no matter what.
Release this beat.
Cause he did too much for me. I gotta keep him hype. I gotta keep it up. No time for slowing down right now.
Blazing on the track, boy.
We'll do it one more again. We're gonna warm it up. We're gonna warm it up.
Blazing on the track, boy.
It used to be a time when I couldn't understand, but I'm thankful for his plan. Now I understand. Contemplate them times when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all the time he just adjust my shine. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. Trying to get daddy up in here. I want my king up in here, Hamashiach. I want the Holy Ghost up in here. The great Prince Michael.
Blazing on the track, boy.
And of course, I want my beautiful mother, the Ruach Kodesh, wisdom, illustrating and teaching me so I can be a vessel used unto you. We're gonna get it rolling.
This beat today.
There you go. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while you try
Blazing on the
to.
track,
Come
boy.
on, man. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. shit on Rockstar, baby.
Release this beat today.
Used to be a time when I couldn't understand, but I'm thankful for its plan. Now I understand. Contemplating times when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all the time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all the time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises hype. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises hype. Understand that. Understand that. Y'all ready? How my live looking? Oh, there my mom. Mama K. Shalom, Mama K. I love you. Peace and blessings to you. Love, 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 love. Yeah, Facebook got it again. They got it again. Let me see something.
Release this beat today.
Just in the shadow. Yeah. Just the shadow. That's already too bad. All right, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Bear with me. I can't see my face. All right, that is me seeing the screen too, in case somebody put up a precept up there like mama or something. There's a third person on here. Who the third person? And I got 3 people on here on YouTube. Who the third person? So all I know on here is Ross. Yeah, rolling. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't even think my YouTube's working.
Facebook keeps buffering really bad.
Yeah. What popped up on yours didn't even pop up on mine. When mama saying that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of big troops.
Oh, Zeke says me twin.
On YouTube.
Yeah. It's bad, ain't it, bro? Oh my, look, it's choppy. They chopping it in my YouTube. They chopping me. Stop chopping me. These guys. Come on, man.
Release this beat today.
Yeah. Actually frozen on my side.
I think mama just got picked on. Bro said, yeah, it is.
Now, where you get kicked out? Your lab's saying 0 on top. Oh, no, there.
Hey, YouTube, Facebook, the sooner the better, baby. Connect on my. The sooner the better. Every single time, give me the most crap. Every single time.
Legend on the track, boy.
Can I start? Can I start? Am I clear?
Release this beat today.
Am I clear? Got me sweating like Shaq. Am I good? Can I start? Facebook, YouTube. I just want to read. I know I'm black, but I just want to read.
Legend on the track, boy.
Seal portion, chapter 33. Yeah, no. I don't know.
There's we have other.
Oh, okay. I'm like a pastor then.
That's okay.
Yes. And God. We laughing, Duka. All right. Here we go. Seal portion, chapter 33, the header.
Legend on the track.
The reason why the first name of the brother of Jared is not given in this record. The Roman Empire is established and occupies much of the earth. Because the Romans, the Jews, were able to return to Jerusalem and establish themselves preparatory for the birth of Hamashiach. Preparatory of the birth of Hamashiach. What do we got right here in this header? It says, because of the Romans, right? The Jews. Now we know who the Jews are. See, they like to have you think that when they say the Jews in Israel, they talk about the same people. All together. The Jews, meaning the Judites over there to Europe. And they were supposed to do something that they didn't do. Because of the Romans, the Jews were able to return to Jerusalem. Wait a minute. So the Judah that was over there, who they said came from Africa, they was in Rome. But they switched the narrative and said that they came from Africa. And they brought them back to Jerusalem and said that they brought Africans. Is that what happened? Slide slick devils demo. The Jews. Hold on to that word. Hold on to that word. Keep that word in mind. Write down the Jews. And y'all already know, the ones that don't, you're going to learn why they turned Judah into Jews. Okay. And it came to pass that there arose a people from one of the sons of Joktan, or Joktan. I think that's how I say that. Who was a direct descendant of Seth, the son of Adam. Sweating on my book. My beard sweating. It's sweating on my book. Well, not my upper lip, just my beard. Get my pages wet. I'm not feeling the sweat under here. Oh yeah. What about my hair? Yeah. You don't care how I look. Okay, here we go. Through the lineage, the son of Adam, through the lineage of Noah, and the name of this son was Oph. Forgive me, Salaki, if I'm not pronouncing these names correctly. Yea, this son was one of the 13 sons of Joktan, who were known throughout the world at that time as the most righteous sons of the Most High that had ever lived upon the earth after the days of the great flood in the land of Canaan. Oh yeah, keep in mind and know that everything that they didn't give us, we gotta unlearn. Remember what they say the land of Canaan is at, and everything else. And this same Joktan was the brother of Peleg, who was the father of Mahajet, I think that's how you pronounce that. Mahajet, Mahonjad. It's the best way I can pronounce that. Sumi, who was one of the loyal friends who had come to know Jared and his brother, from whose record I am compiling these words and making my abridgment. And it came to pass that because of the extortion, no, I said it right the first time. Extortion, the word and words of the brother of Jared unto the sons of Joktan, they all follow him except for Ophrah into the wilderness before their language was corrupted, by those who had invaded and conquered the great city of Babel. And now it had been whispered to me by the Ruach that an error that is written upon the plates of brass shall be the cause of some contention and misunderstanding among the children of man, especially among those who believe that they are learned, especially those who believe that they are learned, Why is that? Because he told you, that's why he put it out there. Unlearn everything they have taught you. But you see, the ones that say they are learned, they know it's power and wisdom, regardless of what, if it's true or false. They believe that the wisdom that they got is true. So they're going to hold on to that wisdom. They're going to hold on to that knowledge because knowledge is power. So they're going to harness that. And they're not going to listen to when you tell them, hey, unlearn all of that. You got to unlearn all of that is lies. Who you think you is? So what you telling me is true? That's what you're going to get. Having learned all that they know from their study, of the histories of the children of man that they have among them. Oh, this other history school much? History class? High school much? Just told you right here. All what you learned in history class in high school was a bunch of dookie. That's what it just told you. Satan, he man, look, he made up that whole shebang. All that. Maybe can I get a water? Cold. Thank you, Lord. And I have explained unto you that these histories are many times incorrect. And biased. Okay. I might put my rock star. And I have explained unto you that these histories are many times incorrect and biased towards the truth, depending upon who written this history. The victors, the conquerors, that's who wrote the history. We already know that, right? And many of them are incomplete and do not give a full account of the history of the people. And upon the plates of brass, it is written that in the days of Peleg, the earth was divided. Now, this had led many to believe that the great land masses of the continents of this earth, which were once one, were divided at this time. But this is not what was meant by the words that were written upon the plates of brass regarding the history of the Jews. You see that, mama? Still portion, mama. Shalom. Get out of here, you stupid fly. Seal portion, chapter 33. Seal portion, chapter 33, verse 6. Ooh, dropped again on. You're planning work, Buka. It's still going to drop from my beard. Really? Okay, verse 6. I gotta put it up here, man. Be dripping on, get my whole book wet. I guess I'm losing weight. Okay, where was it? And he said, land masses of the continents of this earth, they not letting me see what people writing on here, Buka. Tell me what Mama's saying, because I know Mama didn't say something on there. And now it's letting me see. I got my YouTube up too, Mama. You probably got to go to that one. At least they letting me see on YouTube what people saying. Land masses of the continent of this earth, which were once one, were divided at this time, but this is not what was meant by the words that were written upon the plates of brass regarding the history of the Jews, of the history of Judah. For the land masses of the earth were one many years before Adam and Eve were placed in the Garden of Eden. Oh my, what you talking about? Something similar to this on the book? Huh? You were saying something very similar. You said was Adam the first people on earth. What this just say right here? Oh boy, man, I tell you what. Oh boy, the jig is up, huh? The jig is up. Lion dogs. 7. For in the days of Peleg, and he lived 239 years. And the brother of Jared began to preach unto the people, who would listen to him concerning the great vision that he had received of the Maker. And it came to pass that in this day the sons of Joktan were known throughout the whole earth as exceedingly righteous men. And it was their popularity among the people that led Jared and his brother to them. And they became friends and were united in their desire to serve the Most High and keep his commandments. And because of the wickedness and pride of the rest of the children of man, the sons of Joktan were desirous to follow Jared and his brother into the wilderness in search of the promised land that Jared has seen in his great vision, into which he was commanded by the Maker to travel with his family and his friends. And when the sons of Joktan had departed from among the people, then it was voiced throughout the land that the earth had been divided, or the Maker had caused a division between the wicked and the righteous. Even the sons of Joktan, who followed the brother of Jared, and the rest of the people. And he who wrote the history of the Jews, did not mention Jared and his brother, because they were sorely disliked by the people for taking away such righteous men from among them. Oh boy. This book here, I'm telling you, man. Sit on that. It said, and he wrote the history of the Jews did not mention, and he who wrote the history of the Jews did not mention Jared and his brother, because they were sorely disliked by the people for taking away such righteous men from among them. And as it is with most righteous men, the sons of Joktan did not like the accolades of the people, neither did they think of themselves as more righteous than any other. Therefore, in the history of the people of Jared and his brother, they wanted no glory for themselves and made it a requirement that their names were not mentioned in the history of the people of the brother of Jared. That's why we didn't see him in the Bible. Therefore, the record referred to them as the friends of Jared and the friends of the brother of Jared and their families. You want to talk about being and walking in the footsteps of the king? These dudes were certified. They didn't want none of that praise. Didn't care nothing for it. They just, when you know the truth, you just want to be recognized by the true and living power. If anything, that's the biggest praise you can get. Having the true and living power notice you. Making the true and living power happy. Serving him. Ain't no human being praise compared to that. Don't even come close. What is another human that lives and that breathes and eat and poop and piss like me? That compared to the true and living powers, notification, him noticing you. And now I would that you should also know the reason for which the brother of Jared is not known by the first given name, even that name which he received from his father when he entered into mortality. Hmm. Hmm. Behold, the brother of Jared saw all the days of the children of men, and he beheld how they began to worship individual men and make sacrifice and homage unto their names, and these things are an abomination to him, in that he desired that all the glory be given to him who deserved this glory, even to the Most High, our Father. And for this reason, he had commanded all those who have written a history concerning him that they refrain from using his given name. In this commandment, he had given as a token of his reverence and humility before the Maker, and also that his name might not be worshipped like the names of other prophets of the Most High, who did not make similar restrictions in this use of their names. And I, Moroni, will not give the name of the brother of Jared in this record, but I know his name and will do his will concerning it. And for these same reasons, the sons of Joktan restricted the use of their names also. Nevertheless, I know by giving the names of the son of Joktan in this record, it might clear up some of the confusion as to why the record of the Jews read it the way that it read it, and perhaps a better understanding of the truth may come forth. Huh? Wait a minute. What did he just say right there? If he was to release this, nevertheless, I know by giving the names of the sons of Joktan. Who is Joktan? Who is his sons? Who is this character, man? And some cats, they just kept out. I ain't never hear this character in no book. That is huge. He said it might clear up some of the confusion as to why the record of the Jews, the Bible, the record of the Bible, read it the way that it read it, and perhaps a better understanding of the truth may come forth. For if it came to pass that after the sons of Joktan had departed, his brother, whose name was Shemlam, changed his name to Peleg in remembrance of the time when he saw the departure of his beloved son Mahajit and his righteous nephews, indicating the division of the righteous from among the wicked. And Peleg did not follow the brother of Jared, but stayed in the land that perhaps he might be the means whereby others of his children might be turned unto the Most High and keep his commandments. And this was also the desire of Joktan and his son Ophir. And it came to pass that the descendants of Ophir were the Latins. The descendants of Ophir were the Latins who settled in the area of the great Tiber River. Man, what is this book saying? Well, who are the true Latins? We know who they. Who the Latins is. We know who they call the Latins. We know they the 10 tribes. Who are they talking about right here? And after many years, the descendants of Ophir became wicked. And because of their wickedness, the makers suffered a powerful group of people from the north to enter in among them and conquer them. What does this sound like? What does this sound like? As a familiar territory. Familiar territory. To enter in among them and conquer them. And these conquerors were the descendants of one of the other brothers of Jared, who did not believe in the words of his brother and remain in the land in which they were born. It's still it's not low. Boy, you don't deal with these jokers. What do say? And from this other brother of Jared came forth a great civilization that had hidden itself from the invasions of other great nations and flourished hidden for many years. And it came to pass that they became a powerful people and carried with them for a time all the words and commandments that Adam had caused to be written and given unto his children. And for this reason, they had a written language among them, which over time had been corrupted by the influence of their customs and their cultures, yet it was the language which was most like the pure language of the Adamic tongue. Ah, damn. That's what's going on. What's going on? Okay. Okay. Bear with me. Ah, boy. It's true over here. It's hot. It is hot. Shoot. Okay. Okay. Get this set it right. Phone, burn it up. Right. That's my innocent. Twin, you still here? We don't do this, man. $23. I'm gonna read 22 again. And it came to pass that they became a powerful people and carried with them for a time all the words and commandments that Adam had caused to be written and given unto his children. And for this reason, they had a written language among them, which over time had been corrupted by the influence of their customs and their cultures. Yet it was the language which was most like the pure language of the Adamitic tongue. And from their language, the Greeks and many other nations were able to develop their own form of language and writing, and these people would become known as the Etruscan, something like that, people among the children of man. And after they had conquered the small Latin tribes that existed in the area of the land, they began to introduce their laws and their customs among them. Familiar territories. Why? It just broke down to you how and why Mexicans speak the language that they speak. Dominicans speak the language that they speak. Cubans speak the language that they speak. Puerto Ricans speak the language that they speak. Argentina, Brazil, all of that, right there, right there. Just told you, from 20 through 23. Just told you how that jumped off. Familiar territories. Yasharallah. Adam. Who was the children of Adam again? The great Prince Michael. The great Prince of Yasharallah. You see that? Oh, he tough. He tough. He got his ribs though. He tough. He's strong. And like all nations under the influence of Satan, the Etruscan people were subjected to the ruling of the few, who were the rich and powerful among them. And it came to pass that a revolt occurred in which the man who had been elected king by the rich was overthrown, and the new nation of the Romans began to be established. He tried to do everything. Listen, Satan since day one has tried to do everything that he's seen happen in the Ruach kingdom, in the Most High's kingdom, in the eternal kingdom. He tried to copy and paste that, but in his own way. He didn't want to hear the words that he was rejected and he wasn't chosen because of his wickedness. So what we got right here, what we got going on right now is 24. And it came to pass that a revolt occurred in which the man who had been elected king, that's what we did with Hamashiach, and rightfully so, he is the rightful king, by the rich was overthrown. By the rich was overthrown. See, it'll never work. It'll never work. That's why when Hamashiach came down here, look what happened because of the wickedness. He got overthrown. The king got overthrown down here because of the wickedness of man. So he got overthrown. He got betrayed. He got killed. That's why this realm, this matrix, this reality must be done away with. Because we would never know righteousness. We would never know equality. We would never know freedom. We would never know fairness. We would never know those things. Satan is going to continue to give out a false plan and make up some type of lie to make it seem like that it's possible to achieve that in this time. But it's not. It's just not. And it haven't been for way back when. It haven't been. And like all new governments, 25, and like all new governments that are supported by the majority of the people, and the poor among the Romans were known as the plebeians or plebeians. The rich received the vote and the consent of the plebeians because of their promises of equality for all and a fair representation for all and a voice for all in their own government. Familiar territory. We find ourselves yet again in the same political dookie. All of it is full of dookie. Elephant dookie. Dookie so tall, stand up so tall you think it was a tree. That's what we're dealing with. Shalom. So if you don't know your history, aren't you doomed to repeat it? This is why daddy, that's all, he just talks like a daddy to us, and we condemn him for it. We're a shameful generation. We're shameful people, man. He requires you to know your history so that you won't repeat it. And yet we still doing it. Got my family out there looking for equality, talking about Black Lives Matter. So that leads into want to gangbang against the police. Like we got the military might, like we equipped with the same weapons they equipped with. You see what they have done to our minds? Look how easy of a victory that is. They know it's gonna be a landslide, so they want you to riot. They want you to wild out. They want you to get upset, just so they can shoot you. We don't got the equipment that they got. You need the Most High. That's it. That is your equality. Not no stupid White House, not no dumb president. Now, this was the just and stability of Satan, for he knew that if he could get the majority of the people to trust in their leaders, listen to the words, man. You can't tell me this don't follow suit with right now. What? For he knew that if he could get the majority of the people to trust in their leaders, the puppets that he have set in place of us, in front of the masses, lying, deceiving, definitely the ones that's all about gung-ho about go and get the vaccine shots. Then he would only have to influence one man in order to influence many people. Influence one man in order to influence many people into the one man who allowed himself to be influenced, even as a leader of the people, Satan, which are the things that he sought from the Father in the beginning. His game plan never switched up. He was hell-bent. Get it? He was hell-bent on making his plan work. He has transformed the world into him. No wonder why we can't hear the words of the Father. If you are under the influence of Satan, you're not going to hear these words coming out of my mouth. You like this? Huh? What about them J's, dog? Huh? Dog, I'm about that bag, dog. Huh? We going to the club? Yeah, man, I gotta hop on them new booty cheeks, man. Yeah, you got that bag? Yeah. Nothing. Your life don't even make sense. You see, in this struggle, it makes all the sense in the world to me. Because I'm anti Satan's kingdom. Anti. anti-world. I'm all about the heavenly government. I'm all about it. Regardless of what this world may do, that would never, unless the Most High deems it so, that would never alter or change about me. And the 27, and the Pelebians were promised many things. Just put Israelites. The Pelebians is Israelites. Just put Israelites. So, and the Israelites were promised many things, right? And because they did not understand the workings of Satan, for my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. For at that time, there were no prophets of the Most High among them to teach them the truth to counter the deception of Satan. They were led wherever the rich and powerful will lead them. Isn't the rich and the powerful right now the pastors in the church? They rich and powerful. They the rich and powerful. The heat was probably messing up my live too. I had my phone up there, the sun was just beaming on it. See that? So that's your pastors too. What, dude? You want some of these? You can't lose it again, pal. It's right there.
Under the chair.
Under the chair. You see it?
Yes.
Go get it and bring it to the table. 28. And it came to pass that the Roman Empire began to grow exceedingly, and their entire form of government was established and run by those who were influenced by Satan. And their politicians, as they were known among the people, were of the rich class. Therefore, the poor did not receive the representation that they had been promised. What does it sound like? All familiar territory. I don't want it. This is your drink, though. Yeah, I don't know. What are we going to do with this guy? Familiar territory, man. Familiar territory. That's all this is right here. Check out 29 once this loud truck go by. 29, right? And the rich among them were known as partitions, or the fathers of the state, and it were these who inspired the people to fight against the Etruscans and win their freedom. Now, these petitions did not care for the plebeians in their plight. Yea, the only reason why these petitions cared about the plebeians was because the plebeians performed all the labor and paid the tax of their labors unto them. What does it sound like? It's talking about a familiar group of people. Did America just show? Didn't they just show they don't give a damn about the so-called Mexicans? Huh? They know we the same people. So they did the Mexicans the same way. First, they had us do it, build this country on our backs. A couple generations go by. The Mexicans started to come, legal and illegally, more illegally, and they knew it, but they didn't care because they saw free labor to make America more richer. A particular set of people, this right here is talking about familiar territory. It so be that there were no Israelites. Then the partitions would have to work for their own sustenance by the sweat of their own brow, which they were not accustomed to doing. But these fools like to call anybody else lazy when they don't know what work is. They call you lazy if you ain't benefiting them, or you don't have their customs. If you're not programmed like them, then you are lazy to their eyes. You are considered lazy. And these rich became the leaders of the people and influenced the people according to their own selfish desires. For the government among them was set up and presented to all the people as a fair representation of all the people. Fugazi, Flodrin, and they set up their councils and their senates, which groups maintain the order and establish the laws for all the people. Nevertheless, only a partition could become a council or serve in the Senate. And these allow the Israelites, that's what I'm going to call them, plebeians, to set up their own assemblies among them. But these politicians allow that they might pretend to give unto the poor the representation that they had promised unto them. Doomed to repeat it. All the structure and the formation that you see him doing, you got to know this Dodo got it from somewhere. He couldn't do it up there, right? He got smacked up for even thinking like that. So he couldn't do it up there. So he got slapped down here. And whatever he couldn't do up there, he did down here. But he tried to do it in the Most High's way, but he corrupted. He was already corrupted. So even with him trying to mimic the Most High and do it the Most High's way, in the Most High's formation, in the way that he has things established, in the way that he got things in rotation, he couldn't do it. He didn't have the proper equipment. He didn't have the juice. I will be like the Most High. He couldn't do it. He tried to set up his government like the heavenly order, like the holy order. But it was he's corrupted. He's a corrupted being. His nature is sin. It says, and they set up their councils and their senates, which groups maintained the order and established the laws, for all the people. Nevertheless, only a partition could become council or serve in the Senate. And these allowed the plebeians to set up their own assemblies among them. But these politicians allowed that they might pretend to give unto the poor that they had promised unto them. It's the reason why people are greatly confused. Docile. A sheep with a head cut off. Don't know to go north or south, east or west. No sense of direction. Right here, just told you. Because they rather still just depend. They want equality from a system that is predicated off of decreasing you, slowly but surely eliminating you. The light must be put out. That is their mission, for light to be put out. You know that song Bob Marley came up with? I forgot how that song go. But Will Smith was singing it on I Am Legend. And that's the song that they came and killed him. Something about how you gotta let the light brighten up the darkness. Their mission is to put out the light. They're trying to blow out all candles by any means necessary. (33) Yet, in order for the people to have representation with power and authority, they were forced to choose one from among the rich class to represent them, and it came to pass that with this form of government, the rich became exceedingly rich, and the poor became even poorer, having a tax placed upon them that supported their government. So this whole time, this whole entire time, we have been taking care of our government way more than our government has ever taken care of us. Ever. Think about all the taxes. Let that marinate. And just to think, they print out money. They're never in need of money. That's an illusion. They print that out. So what are they doing hassling you for yours? For you to sustain yourself. For you to get by. They don't even care about you getting by. What a wicked, evil, unrighteous world. And the poor were told that without a strong government, which comprised not only of the government councils of politicians to establish the order of law among them, but also comprised of a strong military presence in the land. Yea, without this strong government, invaders would come into the land and take away their lands and their families. And in this way, the leaders of the people used fear to ensure that the people would support them in their laziness, and also in their lust for riches and power. And in this promise, the Roman government had many examples to show unto the people the strength of their military and the protection of their lands. For there were many invaders that came into the land. And it came to pass that a strong nation came into their lands and burnt Rome to the ground. And this bred great fear into the hearts of the people, and they became disconsecrated with their leaders for that which they had been promised, even that for which they had paid such a high tax to avoid. Give me all your money, give me all your money, give me all your money. We're going to insure you. We're going to insure you. Insurance. We got insurance. You need insurance. We're going to insure you. But before the people could rise up against their leaders and demand a reform for that which they had given of their hard labor, the leaders of the people made a contract with those who had invaded them. And this contract involved the payment of a tribute to them if they would withdraw out of their lands, and the rich paid this tribute out of the tax that they had placed upon the poor. Just told you how the IRS works 101. Right here. Right here. They the real big dogs. They throw you in jail if you don't pay them taxes. You don't get that money to Uncle Sam. He coming after you. You know that stupid post? Break that fool neck. But the poor did not know of the payment of this tribute, for the contract was made between their rich leaders and the rulers of the invading armies. And when the invaders had departed out of the land, the politicians convinced the people that because of their leadership, or in other words, because of their great skill in their politricks, they had brought peace and safety again to the land. How many times we witnessed this here in America? Familiar territory. And because of their flatteries and their lies, the people once again began to believe in their leaders and support them. This is what they're trying to get us back to right now. And it came to pass that there arose contention among the leaders of the early Roman people, and the land was divided by the powers that were in control at that time. But after a few years of this discord, and powerful Roman military took control of the whole land and unified the people under one rule. New World Order. One religion. See, now he's really trying to put it into formation. He didn't sped up the clock because he know Daddy sped up the clock. So now it's like do or die. Mimicking for what he know what is to come. And the leaders became exceedingly wise in their positions of authority and in their dealings with other rulers of the nations of the earth that did not belong to the Roman Empire. Psalms 83. The crafty counsel. But their wisdom was not given unto them by the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, but was given unto them by Satan, who had promised in the beginning to use the treasures of the earth to possess the hearts and souls of the children of men. And through the Roman Empire, he began to see exceeding success in his desires. Man, I got a winner. It's looking up. His business is looking good. Business is booming. And it came to pass that a large part of the success of the Roman government came because of the training and the dedication of the Roman military. Now, these soldiers were of the plebeians class and were easily manipulated and controlled by their leaders. And when the sons of the plebeians heard the words of the politicians, they began to become exceedingly prideful in their hearts because of these words. And they were convinced that the Roman nation was the greatest nation upon the earth and that it must be protected at all costs. Familiar territory. Be having them youngins geeked up because they are inspired by their father or their great or their grandpa or their great great grandpa who got notification, who was renowned, and served in the military. Some Navy, Army, Marine, Air Force. That pride. They got to carry on a tradition. The mockery. And when their politicians had a desire to conquer another people, and usually this desire was based upon what the other nation could provide for them to increase their power and their riches, then these politicians would devise some secret plan through their secret combination to make the citizens of the nation believe that they must stand up to this to this other nation, or they would lose their freedoms in their rights and also their pretended representation in their government. Pretended representation of their government. Pretended. Shalom, Joe boy. Shalom. Love you, family. 45. And the people were easily deceived by their leaders because of the Ruach of the Most High was not with them. And the soldiers and their families were convinced that their sons were fighting for the greatness of their nation, and that if they would die in battle, then they died for their nation, and thus in their death they would become a hero. Familiar territory. 46. And now, again, this was the plan of Lucifer from the beginning, right? Because he's a biter, and he knew how everything ran up there, right? So what was he going to do down here? For if a man could be convinced that he was dying a hero for the cause of freedom, when in actuality he was dying to increase the land holdings and the riches of his leaders, then Satan could use this man to do anything that would further the realization of his plan. The illusion will become greater, will damn near be impossible to see through. You can't see through most can't. Majority can't. He did execute his plan to such a T to where the king got to come and do his thing. It wasn't for the king coming, his plan would be thoroughly executed. And the leaders were experts at riling. Look at that. And the leaders were experts. Are they not experts at rallying the citizens of their nations to war? Are they not experts at doing that shit? Come on, man. This book telling you right here, Ecclesiastes, for there is nothing new under the sun. This was happening way back when. And they would speak unto them of patriotism. Check that word out. And they would speak up. That's how they get them riled up. Are you going to stand for your country? Are you going to fight for your beliefs? Are you going to fight for your rights? When it's the country that's asking you these questions, taking you from your rights, taking you from your freedom, making you docile, making you a slave. Which was loyalty to the partitions who were the rich. And the people were deceived considerably, even so much that the Roman military soon became the most powerful military the world had yet to know at that time. But there began to be some among the poor who could see beyond the deceptions and intentions of the rich leaders. And as these spoke out, they were quickly destroyed by the workings of these secret combinations that were among them. You see, this is what is going to happen this time around. That's why the true living power continued to say, fear not. We at the end. Fear not. Speak up. Speak out about it. Fear not. I'm with you. I didn't wake you up at this end time for no reason. You stand for me. Not a hair on your head is going to get touched. That's what the true and living power is telling us at this time. He's telling us all throughout Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. He used those prophets for a representation. That ain't nothing going to happen to you. Yet something happened to them. But was it at this time? Them prophets were speaking for this time, for the end. They were soldiers. They knew what was going to happen to them. But they was already protected. They wasn't under the illusion that this right here is life. They knew that this was death. So they knew once they did get slaughtered, that they was entering eternal life. They straight. They were feeling bad for Ezekiel and Daniel and Jeremiah and Isaiah. They straight. They home. We not. And the soldiers would make solemn pacts according to the outline taught unto them in their training. And these pacts were created from the working of these secret combinations. And these soldiers would carry out the orders given unto them by their leaders, even if the orders put their own life or the life of their family and friends in danger. Nothing new, Roslyn. Nothing new. Familiar territory. So if they had put theirs, right? In danger, how much more they do you, who they deem the enemy? We don't want to know how they look at us. Or the matter of fact, and they already showing it. What they trying to do down there in Houston, Texas, knowing that's where all the Israelites is at. There's no population of Israelites like Houston, Texas. That's where all the Latinos and blacks are at in Houston, Texas. And that's where they targeting the vaccinations. They proving that right now. And the soldier received his wages accordingly. And because of these wages, more devotion and dedication was given to their leaders, who gave them the wage that they received. And because of the devotion and dedication of soldiers, the politicians became exceedingly powerful and used this power to crush anyone who spoke against them. And the leaders of the people became wise in their dealings with the people that they conquered, for they would allow the people to live according to their own traditions and customs as long as they paid a tribute or a tax to the government that would protect them within their own borders. Just gotta pay that tax. Gotta check in, cuz. Gotta feel a sense of owning you. You gotta feel that. Stop playing with me. Let them live. Yeah, I let them live. 52. And these people who were conquered did pay the tax as was required of them, because they were afraid of the armies of the Romans who had conquered them. And in this manner, most of the world became subjected to the Romans in their government. This is how you know we're in Rome 2.0. America is Rome 2.0. And it was because of this form of government that the children of Abraham, we got something here. He who have eyes, let him see. He who have ears, let him hear. And it was because of this form of government that the children of Abraham, or the Jews, in other words, the Jews, the Judites, Judah, Abraham, Judah, were able to once again enter into the land of the Canaan and establish the church of the Most High as it had been given unto them by their fathers. Hear that? You catch that? But remember, he suffered. This is what he suffered. And why did he suffer this? Because when we went to go do this, Judah, right, in the land of Canaan, Rome, this is not the land of Canaan. This is the Shemitic land. Right here, it just told you. Went over there, Judah went over there, formed the church of self-destruct. It says, and it was because of this form of government that the children of Abraham, or the Jews, Judah, were able to once again enter into the land of Canaan and establish the church of the Most High as it had been given unto them by their fathers. For it came to pass that the Romans destroyed all other great nations, even the Babylonians and the Assyrians, and all those who had held their own power upon the earth. And now we can see that Satan doeth not back up those, who serve him in the time of their need. For if he can find another nation which is more powerful, even one that he can deceive and bind with his chains, even one that will serve his purpose more efficiently, then he will choose the strong one over the weak to accomplish his purpose. Bandwagon. He's a bandwagon fan. He can't do what the Most High do. He can't set down a mighty nation and bring up a weak one and put it over that mighty nation. He can't do that. He don't got the power to do that. He's fugazi. He's fraudulent. He can't do that. He's a poser. He's a pretender. Okay, he's going to dip on you in a time of need. That's what he just said. He's going to dip on you. He's going to make you look stupid. He's a horrible girlfriend. That's what Satan is. He's a horrible girlfriend. You don't want him. She'll never ride for you. She'll just take, and never ride for you, never be there for you. In the time of need, leave you high and dry, and vice versa. Terrible boyfriend. Terrible boyfriend. Use, abuse. Cuss you out, beat you down, cheat on you, abuse you to the highest extent. And when the time you need him, he gonna dip on you. But claim that he's always been there for you and you slowing him down. So he had to leave you. That's Satan. 56. Now, having the Jews return again to Jerusalem, having the Judites return again to Jerusalem was also part of the plan of Lucifer. Why? For he knew that if he could keep the Judites isolated under the power of the Roman government, which he had established, then he could control the church and its leaders. You see that? If the prophets of the Most High were to choose once more come in among the people, then they would also be subjected to the authority of the Roman government, which he controlled. And thus is the plan of Lucifer to control the temporal and the spiritual governments of the children of man. Temporal and the spiritual governments of men, to control it. That's why he need everybody looking east when you're supposed to be looking west. That's why he need all these devices. That's why he need all these secret combinations. That's why he need all these lies, all these stories, all these distractions. So why he need all of this. It's the reason why he need all of this. Because he's trying to block the real government, the spiritual government. Trying to tell my family members and whoever is not my family members that's all that matters right now is the spiritual government. Nothing else matters. Absolutely nothing. And because Satan enticed the children of man with the lust of the flesh, right? Then the only way that he can control them is by the flesh. This is why you do Romans chapter 6. And for this reason, he has set up the great armies and navies and means of force throughout the earth. For it is only by fear that the leaders of the people maintain their control over the children of man. And without the fear of the sword, they would have no power. And because of the sword, the leaders are able to control the people and subject them to laws that protect their riches in their glory, which riches and glory they receive from the people. Now, that McDonald's interview, right? where that one dude, this rabbi guy, right? Or this pastor was talking to one of the elites. And one of the elites was telling him that it don't matter what he say, it don't matter what he put out, right? It's already done and over with. The illusion is so strong, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. And speaking of this sword, where it says, and without the fear of the sword, they would have no power. The sword is Esau, is Edom, the Edomites, aka the Caucasians, aka the white man. And he bragged about using the white man, this fake Jewish dude. He bragged about using the white man. He said they scared. He used them. They knew they could use them and manipulate them and deceive them for into killing and slaughtering their own brothers, which is Jacob, which is Yasharallah, their brothers, the Hebrews, right? He knew, the wicked knew, the fake Jews knew that they could deceive the Edomites, the sword of the Most High, right? To slaughter and use them as a military might because they know who they are. See, this is why you can't go around condemning all Edomites, because they don't even know who they are according to the Bible. And then it doesn't help that I see now our people are confusing who Esau is, trying to say Esau was this color too. No, the Bible clearly tells you who Esau was. The Edomite, Esau, was the brother of Jacob, who the Most High said a different nation will come from, which it did, and they were the sword. His gift was being the mighty hunter. What do so-called white people showcase? Look at Dick's Sporting Goods. Look at Shields. I mean, going to Walmart, they got hunting gear in there. That's not for black people. Okay? That's not for the Israelites. Don't be dumb. We know who the Edomites are. Okay? So when 59 tells you this, that lines up to that McDonald's interview. So that's how you know that interview wasn't a lie. That really happened. About how McDonald's be killing kids. Okay? Chopping them up. Putting them into the meat grinder. And without the fear of the sword, they would have no power. And because of the sword, the leaders are able to control the people and subject them to the laws that protect their riches. This is the elite now we're talking about. The people is the elite. We switch roles. The people used to be Judah. Okay? Everything switched, flipped, turned upside down when everything was given to the hand of the wicked. Their riches and their glory, which riches and glory they receive from the people. But the people are also under the influence of Satan, even The very poor among them, for the people envy their leaders and lust after the things that their leaders possess, even the things that these poor covet for themselves. This is the children of the Most High state of mind. If you don't got it, if you don't got a job, you ain't. If you ain't chasing the bag, you ain't. If you don't got no J's on your feet, you ain't. If you ain't got the fly's whip, you ain't. This is a disease mindset that our people maintain and will not let go. Not even knowing you holding on. You holding on to Satan. You hugging him ever so tightly. You can't let him go. Only if my brothers and sisters can let him go, then you will know the true and living power. You will know that genuine feeling of love. You will know it without a doubt. And this envy of the leaders causes them to give unto their leaders a respect and honor that they do not deserve. For all men who are not of the Most High, yea, even all those who do not have the name of the Lamb in their foreheads, lust after honor and glory and the riches of the earth. I don't got a penny to my name, and I can care less. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. I can care less. Don't mean a damn thing to me. I stored all my riches up in the kingdom at hand, the kingdom to come. All my riches belongs. It comes from Daddy. It is my daddy. He is my riches. He's my gold. He's my silver. He's my bronze. $62. And because they lust after these things, they give honor and respect unto their leaders who have the things which they desire. And this honor and respect that the people give unto their leaders alloweth their leaders to control them and subject them under their laws, which are set up to benefit the rich. And it came to pass that there were very few among the Romans who lived the gospel of Hamashiach and obeyed the commandments of the Father. And the Maker had withdrawn his Ruach from among them in order to allow the plan of Lucifer to be given the chance that Lucifer desired. Nevertheless, the Maker knew that he could not allow Satan to give the children of man many of the powers and understanding that would be given unto them in the latter days. And even without these things that Satan was forbidden to give unto them, the Roman Empire became exceedingly powerful and prosperous. But this prosperity was limited only to the upper classes of the people. And the gap between those who were rich and those who were poor grew exceedingly, even to this day. And at the height of the power and glory of the Roman Empire, the Holy Ghost, Michael, has ceased to communicate with the children of man. Nevertheless, it was still in the period of the times as was spoken of by John and Daniel, and that the Ruach and authority of the Most High was not entirely taken from off the earth. For Lehi had departed out of Jerusalem before the rise of the Roman Empire, and he took with him the authority of the Most High, and the Ruach was also with my fathers, even as it is with me at this time. In the beginning of the period of the times began just before the time of Lehi, and it shall end shortly after my time. And it shall end shortly after my time. But before the Ruach of the Most High is taken off the earth for the second time, another great prophet shall rise up after my time, and before the time of the two prophets of the latter days. And this great prophet that shall rise up after my time shall be the last of the final prophet that the Maker shall send forth upon the earth until the latter days. And he is the last prophet of the period of times, even the second period, that the children of man shall be given the authority of the Most High and the Ruach to inspire them. And after this period of times shall end, there shall be great spiritual darkness upon the earth. And this prophet shall be called Muhammad. And from him shall a great nation rise upon the earth, the Muslim nation. And an account of this nation shall be given hereafter in this record. But now it is required by the Ruach of the Maker, and also by the commandment that the brother of Jared had given in his record, and it is also my greatest joy and desire to abridge the vision of the brother of Jared, which he saw pertaining to the coming forth of the Son of the Most High, immortality. And it is this great event that all the children of the Most High have looked forward to since the beginning. And it is this event that shall mark the meridian of the times of which I have spoken. And with exceeding anticipation, all of the holy prophets that have been, and all the holy prophets that shall be of the earth, shall look forward to the day of the arrival of the Savior of the world, even the Son of the Most High, to come forth into mortality. And those in the Ruach world shall witness all things pertaining to his life and his mission. And these things were shown unto the brother of Jared, of which he rejoiced exceedingly for the opportunity to see these things before they occurred, yet mourned even more exceedingly because of the way that the Son of the Most High, even the perfect example of the Father. There they go again. They have to throw it in here. Even the perfect example of the Father in the flesh shall be treated by the children of men. Now, we all know he wasn't the Father in the flesh. They have to throw that in there. Jesus Christ is God, and God is Jesus Christ. That Christianity monkey mess again. Now, that sums up chapter 33. All this lesson was edified. We the last ones at the park. Cool it down. Yeah. I didn't want to leave, to be honest. It's quiet. Sky's beautiful. Looking real nice. I can't see Cherokee, anything that you wrote on here. I can't see no comments. Facebook has blocked all my comments. I can't see none of them. I can't see nothing. Nothing. I can't see nothing at all. So Salaki, if I didn't seem like I was ignoring because I wasn't, I can't see nobody's comments. But all this lesson was edifying. Familiar territory. That's all this was. Familiar territory. Familiar territory. We are at this time right now. Right now. Right now. The king coming, man. He's coming. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the true and living power, the great I am, our heavenly and eternal Father. And give honor to where honor is due. A sincere thank you from the depths of my soul goes out to the King Hamashiach for him leading the way back to the Father, and for the great Prince of Yasharallah, Michael, the Holy Ghost, for him ministering to us day in and day out, and to our mama, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, wisdom, for her always doing what's best for us, always leading us in a path that would satisfy the Father, that would bring joy to the Father. That's what the Ruach HaKodesh does. Once again, this is Brother Nehemiah coming to you with another classic. I hope this was edifying. So whoever was on here, I don't know what Facebook and YouTube was doing this whole time, but I hope this message got through. If not, I got more. Okay? YouTube, Facebook, no matter what y'all doing, it's not going to stop anything anyway. We at the end. It's over for the wicked. Okay? Take the L. I want you to slow dance with the L. Caress it, love it, kiss it, because you're going to be dancing with it for eternity. Peace and blessings to you. Shalom. Shalom, my brothers and sisters. I love y'all all. Until next time. Shalom.